All right, good morning, everyone. It is 11:40 in the morning on the 31st of March, 2021, and today I get to do a $193 recap. Not exactly, my target for profits, but it's a green day and I get to be happy with it. All right. So I traded TAOP, Plug, Ruby, and RKDA. On watch this morning, I had CLF at levels of $18.18, 18 flat, and 17.82. And it didn't come into my number. And you can see here, it opened at, let's see where it opened here. It opened at $18.44. On the opening 10-minute bar here, it went as low as 18.27, about 9 cents away from my entry, and then just went the other direction, went north. And I didn't get filled on any orders. Actually, I don't think I had orders on this actually ready to go in case they got filled. I was going to play this one by ear. I was a little nervous about it. So no trade there. Then Plug, I did get filled on. I had levels at 34. I staggered 400 shares between 34.45 and 33.72 for profit-taking sell-off here. And you can see I got filled on 100 shares on Plug. It went up 1%. Actually, it went up more than 1%, but when it hit 1%, I sold it. You can see I bought it. Let's see, 45. Oh, I got a little bit better than 1% on that one. I must have gotten a good fill. So I was looking for roughly 34 or 35 cents. The stock price is $35, whatever it was when I entered it, 34 something. And so I sold it, for 45-cent profit on 100 shares. And I only got filled on 100 shares because my first order was here at 34.45. And it didn't go into much deeper into my range than that. So I only got filled on the first 100 shares. And that was at 34.45, and so I must have sold at 34.90. You can see here it went up to 35.70, which would have been really nice, but I got the 1% mark I was looking for. HarleyDavidson opened up in the morning session. I put this level on as I don't know, there's some kind of a pivot or, gap. That's the bottom of the gap. So it opened up above the gap today and then caught a bid. Let me pull it up so it can be seen. Yeah, right there before the bell, the first 10 minutes before the bell, it ran from 39.49 there to 40.44. And it didn't come down to test the top of the gap again. And so I didn't get an entry on it. And it did not come down into the Fibonacci's that I'd placed on it either. So no trade there. Then RKDA. Now RKDA is a stock. I had a 1,000 share position on this. It's now a 500 share position. I went ahead and sold, and I really wish I'd sold the open, but it's all right. Let's see, RKDA. $220 on that, so about 44 cents of profit per share. I think I finally took some profit at about $2.78. So I had averaged into RKDA. I don't think it was yesterday, but I think it was the day before when it took this dip right here. I started picking up some shares, and so I let them go. If I let them go at the open, it would have been much more impressive. Though, it would have been $500 instead of $220. But it's all right. I'm still hanging on to 500 shares here. I'm in at an average of $2.71 on the remainder of the shares that I have on this. And so then, if one of two things happens, if it dips down again down into this low twos area, I'll do some more buying. If it decides that, hey, it just had a good earnings report, this thing looks like a growth stock, and it starts taking off back up to this, $6 area or whatever, then I'll still have share size to benefit from. let's see, and then TAAT is just one I'm kind of looking at a little bit. Ruby, I did not make money on my Ruby trade, and it wasn't a part of the morning strategy session, and I was just taking a stab at it, and I didn't do well on it. You can see here a negative $118 on that one. And what I attempted to do here was, so I didn't have alarms on it, and I was kind of just going through my charts, and Ruby's at the top of my momentum chart here. I was like, okay, well, let's see what's going on here. So it popped up above this Fibonacci at, we'll call it 2757 roughly, and then made a move up. And, nice, this is kind of textbook movement. And so I put in an order for 200 shares at the Fibonacci right here in order to see it, touch again and move away. Now, the market wasn't giving a second bite at the apple. You can see here this trade, buying the Fibonacci, buying the break here, and then buying the Fibonacci again for the move up on its first move worked. I wasn't in on that trade. Now, the next time it came down to the Fibonacci, it's not the same trade. So, I had to let it go. Well, what I did was actually, I was like, okay, well, let's see, let's find some support back here. Where's the most recent support? So I added 200 shares down here in this support area right here at $25.60. And then I sold it as it came back down through 27 again. So I wound up averaging into this at $27.12, and I sold it somewhere around $27.85. I don't remember exactly. So yeah, I took a 30-cent loss on 400 shares, which is almost 100. The loss came out to 118.45, but it's close enough to 30 cents that my program called it a 30-cent loss there. So a little bit more than 1% of a loss on share size that I really shouldn't have taken anyway. And then let's see, what was the other thing? Let me pull that back up. RKDA, Ruby, plug I went over, and then TAOP. Okay, so TAOP was hitting the scanner this morning. This is one, oh no, it wasn't hitting the scanner. This is one that I just have on watch. And there was a Fibonacci on this one at like $11.83. Yeah, right here. This Fibonacci at $11.83. And so I bought 300 shares. I had an order in on at $11.83 for 300 shares, and this thing has basically been selling off all morning. But for whatever reason, it had a technical bounce this morning. It went as high as 1484 here in the morning. So I was like, okay, well, maybe this thing's ready to roll up today again. Maybe it's ready to gain some momentum, but it wasn't. And so I took a 1% gain on that at $11.83 would have been 12 cents, and you can see here I got 15 and 16 cents off of it. 15, 16. So for about a $45 gain. So not really my best day here. I wasn't. I was going outside of the strategy a little bit, and definitely got paid the price for a lesson on one of them. On TAOP, I managed to squeeze out some gains, and then RKDA and plug. Let's see. You can see here. Yeah, I picked these shares up on the 29th. You can see over here acquired date. That was on the 29th that I picked up those 500 shares. So that is the recap for the day. Let's see the VIX. So this is the S&P index. And the SPY is the proxy for that index. It's doing a good job of climbing. Looks like we're moving into new territory here. Let's take a look. Okay, so the high here is 398.12. And the high here is 397.83. So the SPY is on its way to pushing into new all-time highs territory. It's about $1 away. And the VIX here is really starting to make an approach to to below the gap. And so, things are on the move. It'll be nice if it does that. That'll be a really bullish indicator for it to get below the gap and then close below the gap. Yeah, those are my trades for the morning. It's getting close to lunchtime. Ready to go take a nap. I will see everyone tomorrow at the tomorrow morning's strategy session. Remember, click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, keep your risk tight, and good luck out there. Out.